Alright, so far we have done adding polynomials, subtracting polynomials, and now today we are going to multiply polynomials. When we do this, we're going to do something in which we distribute whatever's outside the parentheses to my terms inside the parentheses. So I'm going to be multiplying x squared times 2x and x squared times 8. So when I take x squared times 2x plus x squared times 8. I'm distributing my x squared piece outside of the parentheses to each of my terms inside the parentheses. Remember our rules: when we multiply, we should be adding our exponents. So when that's from first unit, the very first unit. So when I have this situation where I have x squared times 2x, and I multiply, I should get 2x to the third power, because I add my exponents. X squared times x gives me x to the third. And then my next term, I have no x's to combine together, so I have just 8x to the second power. And that is my final answer. Those are not like terms. They cannot be combined together because x to the third and x to the second are different types of terms. But that is multiplying one term outside of the parentheses. I'm going to do the same thing for number 2. I'm going to multiply 2x times 5x squared. And then I'm going to multiply 2x times 3x. And I'm going to multiply my last one, 2x times negative 8. So I have those three separate pieces. So my first one, 2x times 5x squared, I had 2 times 5 is 10. And x times x to the second power is x to the third power. And then I have 2x times 3x, which is going to give me 6x to the second power. X times x gives me x to the second power. And my last term, 2x times negative 8, I'm going to get negative 16x, so minus 16x. So my final answer for this situation is 10x to the third plus 6x squared minus 16x. Go ahead and do the third one. I'm going to multiply my negative 4x times x to the third, and I'm going to get negative 4x to the fourth. X times x to the third is x to the fourth. And then I have negative 4 times negative 6x to the second power. So negative 4 times negative 6 is a positive 24. Negative 4 times negative 6 is a positive 24. Because a negative times a negative equals a positive. And x times x to the second power is x to the third power. And my last one, negative 4x times 2 is negative 8x. That's my final answer. Go ahead and try and do number 4 on your own. See if you can answer it. You're multiplying negative x times negative 5x and negative x times 7. On the bottom half of this paper, we're going to talk about multiplying two polynomials, one polynomial times another. So it's just not one term outside the parentheses, it's 2 or 3 terms. We often refer to this method as double distribution. And we call it double distribution because I'm distributing twice. I'm going to take my first term and distribute it. Take my first term and distribute it to both my terms in that second parenthesis. So I'm going to take x times 3x, and I'm going to take x times 1. But then I'm also going to distribute my second term, negative 2 times 3x. So negative 2 times 3x and negative 2 times 1. And so I'm going to have lots of different terms going on here. So x times 3x gives me 3x to the second power. X times 1 is just plain old x. Negative 2 times 3x is actually negative 6x. And negative 2 times 1 is just negative 2. My last step that I have to remember to do every single time is to remember to combine like terms. Like terms are my pieces, my terms that have the exact same variable with the same exponent. Notice we have an x and a negative 6x that I'll need to combine together in my final answer. So my final answer, I'll have 3x squared is still there, but this x and minus 6x combined together to equal negative 5x. And then that minus 2 stays at the end. So my final answer is 3x to the second power minus 5x minus 2. So for number 2, we're going to do the same idea. I'm going to distribute that first term to both pieces in my second polynomial. So I'm going to have 2x times 5x and 2x times negative 10. And then I'm going to go ahead and distribute my second term, that 4 times 5x and 4 times negative 10. So let's go ahead and simplify these. 2x times 5x is 10x to the second power. 2x times negative 10 is negative 20x. 4 times 5x is positive 20x. And 4 times negative 10 was negative 40. And I'm almost done. I've distributed everything, but I have to remember to combine my like terms. So I got to look and see what are some like terms. Well, here's an x. I got negative 20x, and then I have another x. I have a positive 20x. Negative 20x and positive 20x actually end up canceling each other out. It equals 0x. So my final answer is actually just going to be 10x squared minus 40. Number 3, we're going to continue with the same process. I'm going to distribute that first term to both pieces in my second polynomial. So 7x squared times 2x, which is 14x to the third, and 7x squared times negative 4, which is negative 28x squared. And then I'm going to distribute my negative 8x to both pieces. So I'm going to have negative 8x times 2x, which is negative 16x squared. And my very last one, negative 8x times negative 4. A negative times a negative equals a positive. So I'm going to have positive 32x. And of course, do not forget to combine your like terms at the very end. We have an x squared and an x squared, so we have to combine these two pieces together. So my final answer is 14x to the third, but when I combine negative 28 and negative 16 is negative 44x to the second power. Remember, we don't do anything with my exponents when I'm combining my like terms. When I'm adding and subtracting, my variable and my exponents stay exactly the same. So I'm just changing my coefficient in front. Negative 28 plus negative 16 equals negative 44. And I keep that x squared on the end. So that's combining my like terms. And then I still have that plus 32x at the end. So my final answer is 14x to the third minus 44x squared plus 32x. Go ahead and give yourself a few minutes to try and do number 4 on your own. I'm going to let the video roll for about 5-6 seconds, and then I will write the final answer on the next slide. So when you're ready, click play. But right now, pause the video, do number 4 on your own. Okay, for the last one, when I distribute that negative 2x squared, I get negative 10x to the 4th minus 12x squared. Then when I distribute the 10 to both terms, I get 50x squared plus 60. And when I go ahead and combine my like terms in the middle there, my final answer is negative 10x to the 4th plus 38x to the 2nd power plus 60 as my final answer. Go ahead and flip over to the back side of this worksheet. Please practice doing a few more distributing problems and multiplying problems. Do not forget to combine your like terms.